Yo, what's good? It's Misfit. So I picked up a bunch of shit this month, so I figured I would just do like a. I know it's only like through like half of October currently, but like obviously I've got a couple of things that are coming from my collection in the mail and shit like that. But I just picked up quite a few things today, so I figured I would just do a short-ish video on a couple of pickups. And I guess this will kind of show you what I'm into for like video games, toys, shit like that. So I guess we'll just go with like what's cheapest kind of first. Or should I go by what I picked up from certain spots? I guess I'll just go by what I picked up from certain spots. Because most of this is from where I went today. So a lot of it will be from the exact same place. So I guess we'll start off with just a few figures I picked up today. I'll grab all the figures I grabbed today. Alright, so I paid $25 for everything here, if it'll fucking focus. Jesus. There. But, so we got a Yellow Ranger from the Power Rangers movie. He still works. All of his joints are pretty okay. But I paid, I think, like $4 for him. He's in pretty decent shape, honestly. Like, his paint and everything is pretty nice. His face is kind of fucked. Jesus, I forgot how poorly painted these figures were back in the day. But yeah, no, I picked him up. The skirt's still here. I've been trying to collect all the Ninja Rangers just because they were kind of cool. But for like $4, I couldn't complain. Then this Dragonflies dude, I don't know really much about Dragonflies at all. But he's pretty sick. I just picked him up because he was just cool. Didn't have his gun, obviously. Come on, you fucking... God, I hate this camera sometimes. It's my lighting being really bad right now. There we go. Now my lighting's a little bit better. But yeah, his face is also extremely fucked. Like, just look at... Let me see if I can zoom in. Look at that little face. The Dragonflies figures were always so terrible. Like, his face paint is terrible. He is extremely cross. He is fucking cursed. I loved it. He was, I think, like 3. They all came from like the same dude at the antique mall I went to. This is from VR Troopers. Also, same bins. But yeah, he doesn't have his missiles or anything like that. But when did you come across like VR Troopers stuff? He's really cool. His design is really neat too. Come on, focus. Jesus. I'm having really bad focusing issues. But yeah, you know, he's just a really cool figure. I don't know terribly much about VR Troopers, other than I used to watch the show with my brothers. He's in pretty decent shape. I think I also paid $4 for him from the same bin. Then this came from a different vendor, or not vendor, but different booth. So this was an antique mall in Bay City, Michigan, which is kind of a trek from where I'm at, but it was pretty cool. So we have a 2001 Battle Cat. I just thought he was sweet for... I think I paid... What was it? I think I paid 10, which is probably too much, but he's just such a cool figure, and I don't see a lot of Masters of the Universe stuff around me. So for $10, he's pretty neat. I mean, he's got like the cool little jaw action and stuff. I love Motu stuff a lot. But yeah, he's really neat for $10. Then, let me just put everything back over here, just so you get like a nice visual. Then we have a original Skeletor, which he is floppy as hell. But the reason I picked him up is, yeah, his face is a little... He looks like he got touched a little bit, but... God, why is my lighting so bad right now? There we go. Yeah, his face paint's a little messed up. Looks like he's been through some fights with some dogs, you know. But he had the vest and everything. He's a little bit yellowed. But for $5, from the same dude I got the Battle Cat from, he's real loose. But for $5, original Skeletor, head still soft. Vest is on him. And a lot of his paint's still really good. Like, the paint on his feet is still really good. God, my camera's having such issues focusing. Paint on his feet is really good. Like, his paint is still decent other than his face, obviously. And I didn't have a Skeletor, an original Skeletor. So, I was pretty good. I was pretty okay with that. So, I think I paid $4 a piece for all of these. $5 for him and $10 for him, so 15, 13, like $17. Let's call it 20 with tax for all 4 of these guys. That's a pretty decent price to me, at least. You know, to me, it's a pretty decent price for $20. You can't really go wrong. And I guess we'll just continue the figure streak, I guess. I bought from that same antique mall a decent, he's of course floppy, Soundwave, Generation 1 Soundwave, or is it G2? G1 or G2? Let me know, I might be completely wrong, but a pretty solid Soundwave for $20, which is not like an insane deal, but like pretty good for this market. Like, a lot of his stickers are in, like, still a part of him. Yeah, he's floppy, but I didn't have a first gen Soundwave. He's got a lot more die cast on him than I remember. Like, all of his legs are die cast. It's pretty cool. But I guess since I'm right here. But for $20? Tell me if I got a good deal. I think it's a decent deal. I always check on eBay before I buy things because you never know at this point. And a lot of the places in there, I wasn't noticing like crazy deals, but I was noticing like decent deals. And if I can dig up what the place's name was, I completely forgot. I'll have to look it up here soon. But I'll at least post it in the comments. Bay City, Michigan Antique Mall. I forget what it was like actually called. But yeah, no, he's pretty sweet. There was also like a Beast Wars Megatron there that I ended up not getting. That I kind of regret not getting. He was $30. He was pretty much like as retail price as you can get. But yeah, $20 for a decent Soundwave at the same antique mall as everything else I've shown you so far. And I believe I have 3 more items from that, but my favorite item didn't come from here. It came from my brother. And it's probably the most expensive item that I'll show. But yeah, this Soundwave is in pretty decent shape for $20. I think that was a good deal. I'm happy with it, and that's really all that matters. I don't really care if I got a good deal. I think I'll leave the coolest thing I got from there for last. And arguably the second most expensive thing will be second to last that I'll show you. Okay, let's see. Alright, so I've got a couple, if you know anything about me, I really like old media. So I picked up a couple VHS tapes. These were $1 a piece. You can't argue with that. Pokemon the movie, 2000, VHS, yeah, it's kind of hit. It's a little not in great shape, but I do love VHS tapes. So I couldn't really say no to it. Like, the tape's in here. It looks like someone never rewound it, but that's okay. I'll pop it in the VCR one day and rewind it. But yeah, no. It's got a nice scratch out of it, but for $1. I didn't own it. Again, this one's also another $1. But the Power Rangers movie. Kindly rewind. Written on it. It was probably subject to heat damage. There's like warnings on it. I bet it might have been a movie rental copy, which would be really funny if it was. But yeah, I had to pick it up. I thought it was cool. I love both those movies a lot. But for $1 a piece, I couldn't argue, and they'll go into my physical media collection. So I can't really care. But then this is a new game console. I just released a video like a month ago about how many game consoles I owned, and I did not own a Sears Atari. This is a Sears brand Atari. Let me see if I can get a better angle down on this and get it to focus at least a little bit. Jesus. Focus. Can you focus? No. I hate that this thing is not. There we go. So this is a Sears Atari. I bought this for $28. And it's in really good shape, like comically a really good shape. Like, the wood grain isn't super scratched or anything. God, I hate that it's not focusing for you. But yeah, like, it's in really good shape. Now, I haven't tested it yet, but for $28 to add a new console to the collection, I couldn't argue with. I think the amount of consoles I own is like 40 something. So this is getting us closer. I want to eventually hit 60 by next year. I want 60 consoles in my collection by next year. Which is possible, you know, but I like passively collecting in person. I don't really like ordering stuff online unless like something pops up where I'm just like, oh, well, yeah, I'll pick that up right now. Something just crosses my mind. But yeah, no, so I picked this up for $28 from the same antique mall. And I think that was the last item from the antique mall. Because I think I got this. This is the luckiest thing I've found in a while. This was at, I can't remember if it was Salvation Army or Goodwill. No. I believe this is Salvation Army. This is a copy of Reloaded for PlayStation 1. And I paid, I believe 20. I believe I paid 20 for it at Salvation Army, which is a really good deal. Like an insane deal. Well, maybe not insane, but it was a good deal, is what I mean. And it has both discs, there we go, loaded and reloaded, which is just awesome. Like, you can't argue with that. That is sweet. I've always wanted a copy of this game. I used to play this game with my brothers back in the day. We bought it at a garage sale and we used to play it off of our PS2. I loved it. I loved this game so fucking much. I've always wanted a copy, but I've never been able to find one for a decent price. This was the only copy I've ever found in person that wasn't either overpriced or like high enough where I was just like, yeah, I don't even want to touch that right now. But this is definitely probably my second favorite thing I found. This is definitely the second favorite thing that I found in a minute. I love this thing. But for the next thing, I've got to kind of clear everything to one side because I've got one more thing. Oh, also, let's do some math real quick. So I paid 28, let's call it 30, round that up. 30 plus probably 25 with tax for you. That's 55, 56, 57, 67, 77, 87. Let's call this like 100 for everything right here that I paid for. Probably like $100, which isn't terrible. I think that's pretty good, especially for Reloaded. That's an amazing deal. Can I put it on BattleCat? That'd be really cool. Can it balance on BattleCat? Not really, no. Oh, kinda. But for $100, I think I did pretty good on that. But we're gonna have to slide you over because this is probably my favorite thing I got. And it was from my brother because it always comes from him. This is an SH Figures. Fuck, what was the anime called? I always forget it. I just watched it with him too, and that's crazy. But this is sick. So, it's like a Sentai, like Sentai, like comedic anime. I always forget what the fuck it's called. But yeah, it goes for like 150 complete, but he gave it to me for 100 because he just bought one in box and he already had another one out of box. So he sold me the one that he had on display. Damn it, I gotta look it up. It always pisses me off that I forget. But this is sweet. It's an SH figure, so it's very high quality. It has a ton of die cast in it. It has the stand, it has the gun, it has the swords. It's in incredible shape. Yeah, you can tell I retransformed it because I had it displayed as the robot, obviously, because, you know, you have to, and I quickly transformed it, and I forgot to pop it all the way forward. Because I guess I'm just fucking stupid like that. What is it called? Hikonen Sentai. I am so dumb. How do I forget that? Hikonen Sentai. Or, like, unofficial. Is that what that stands for? Unofficial Sentai? Am I dumb? It might be. Oh, Akibara Ranger. Machine Tasha. Yeah. Akibara Ranger. I am so done. I'm dead tired, by the way. But yeah, no, he originally picked this one up for his personal collection. Then it ended up, he ended up buying a second one that was in box, and then he won a bid on another out of box one. So I ended up buying this one off of him. And he kept the other one in box because, obviously. But yeah, so it has the instruction manual. I have the stand over here. It's got everything with it. It's got the gun. And it's got the swords. And I'm going to try, with my mediocre camera setup right now, to transform this for you. But I am not going to promise anything. I needed something to drink. Jesus. God, it tastes like shit. Alright. Let's see if I can transform this on camera without making myself look dumber than I already do. which is kind of hard. I haven't finished the anime for this yet, which I've been told by him that it's so good and I need to finish watching it. I'm like setting up my camera different because this is a lot that I need to do. I might even just stand up to do it because it's kind of annoying. Let's see. Also, I've been trying to make more posts and everything, but I work a job where I work a lot of hours, and it's kind of difficult to do so much all at once. And I've been really struggling to find time and everything, but I've been really trying to, because I really do want to make more content, make people at least somewhat happy, if I can. There's so much bullshit in the world that people need entertainment to just feel like they're just making it, essentially. But people's attention spans are very low, and so is mine. This is not a jab at anybody else. My attention spans are very low. Let me see if I can remember this. I had to use the instructions the first time through because I'm dumb. Let me pull you down. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, this is a two-hand operation, by the way. If you buy one of these, you are not transforming it one-handed, by the way. This makes that sound wave look like no. This is a really well-designed figure, by the way. I just want to state that this is a sweet figure, like that. Sorry, this is probably not great for visuals, but it is a bitch doing it like I was. Ba, ba, ba. Also, you need the stand for this figure. It's super top heavy, so you cannot display it without the stand. Or at least I haven't figured out a way to. I'm sure there's someone out there that has figured it out. And they're like, oh, yeah, you're dumb. You didn't figure out how to stand him up without the stand? No, you basically need the stand, I think. I think my brother tried his absolute hardest, but he could not find a way. I think I'm remembering this pretty properly. At least, mainly. How was this again? It was... I'm sure this is not entertaining, but I don't really care. I knocked the gun on the ground. I'll put his head right there. Slide this forward. Then pull. Isn't it pull these guys forward, that forward. Then oh yeah, wait, I remember something. I remember. I had issues with this the first time through too, where I couldn't figure out one thing, and it's this. There it is. I'm just dumb. I forgot about it again. Maybe I should do an in-depth thing, because the instructions for this figure are really bad. well, really bad if you don't speak Japanese. It's a lot of pictures that don't really do much. Pretty much how I did it, I can at least show you this, is I literally just looked at the picture. That's like the best way to do it, honestly. Like, no joke. You might as well just look at the picture because it's it's definitely the best way to do it. How again do I do this? I remember this being also a slight issue. There it is. The joints are really tight on these, by the way, so you just kind of gotta work it a lot. So don't pull super hard, it's probably just really tight. Then flip these. I know this isn't entertaining, don't worry, I'm aware. I'm just dumb. Put that back like that. Bink, bink. Then his arms come up, right? Yeah. So like that. Then like this. Doesn't it? Maybe not. Maybe I'm dumb. Never mind. I am so dumb. What am I trying to do again? God, I'm so bad at stuff like this. There we go. I figured it out. I figured it out. After a second. Like that. Think. Don't think. He's got such skinny little arms. Me too, buddy. Me too. Also, I'd like to thank anybody that's been leaving comments. Y'all are pretty fantastic. Bop. Oh, yeah. There we go. And today, like that. Bop, bop. He's a big figure, so he is really hard to show in all of his glory. He is a very large SH Arc figure. And I've been trying to get the blue and the yellow Ranger. Wait, yeah, yellow Ranger. The blue and the yellow Akabara Ranger. I don't have the red one either. I really need to get all three of them just for like completion. I'm gonna have a fucking stroke apparently tonight. Yeah, he's a very large figure. I would love to do like a full thing about transforming him. He sits about as tall as the Titanfall statue. But yeah, no, he is a really sick, like, figure. Like, very awesome figure. Let me get his arms right. Sorry about my hair in the way, by the way. He is such a cool fucking figure. You cannot tell me otherwise. He is so cool. So let me, I guess I'll show you both weapon options. Just for fun. I really want to start doing more toys and stuff. Not just video games. Like, I really like talking about video games, talking about video game memorabilia and shit like that. But I think toys are awesome as well. I collect a lot. I want to do a full like collection room tour at some point, which soon I am moving in with a buddy, and I'll actually be able to like fully set up my collection room and actually have like a really sweet setup. But that's also the gun. So the billboard turns into a gun. I prefer the swords, obviously, so I usually use those. Oh, also it flips up with a scope. I'm dumb. Didn't transform it all the way. Flips up with a scope. But I really like the knives, or swords, I mean, quite a bit. But yeah, no, he is a sweet piece. I think I already told you what I paid for him. I paid $100 for him. So I guess you could say basically what's on the table I pretty much paid $200 for. Which is, it's really subjective, but did y'all think I did good? I think I did pretty good. Him alone I got a $50, around like a $50 discount on. I think he's sweet, or at least my brother took a $50 loss. He bought it for $150. I bought it off him for $100, and he's complete. He's got the manual. He's got everything. Plus, he's just a good time. There's a little dust on him. I've dusted him off twice. But yeah, then you got the Atari, which I didn't have before. Now I do. Couple figures for the collection, just to have in the background. A Soundwave, reloaded on the PS1. It's a very not so game assortment, which is pretty cool. But yeah, no, if you guys enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what else you'd like to see. Tell me if you'd want to see more toy content or anything like that, because I obviously collect a lot of everything. Like, I got a Boglin right there, my man, Boglin. Just a couple of things, a lot of video game stuff. Soon I'll have like an actual collection room tour and stuff like that, and show you a bunch of stuff like that. But yeah, just let me know what y'all think, and you guys just have a really nice day. Like, comment, subscribe, give me some ideas, and peace.